So everyone, myself Tanmay Agarwal, TA2830. I am here representing my final project for UI design class. And here, this is my IB Academy app, an app that teaches computer science students and engineers the fundamentals of investment banking. Like me being a computer science engineer and my teammates being a professional in investment banking and into finance. We all three of us created this particular app. So, like, this is mainly built so that people can walk into finance interviews knowing what advisory, IPOs, and deal flows actually mean. So, here I'm going to show you lessons. As you can see, even if I reload, it shows that the lessons are already there, which showcases that all the data is being saved in your local device. And if I continue, it is gonna continue from the start. Whereas we can also select if we wanna continue from a particular lesson, like let's say I need to start with lesson number two. So here we go. Here I am starting from lesson number two, but let me just showcase you all the lessons. So here we go. This is the first one, like what is investment banking? And we also have different type of banks, like links so that people can like just go over them and try to learn more about them. And these are like the finance glossaries that every person should know before starting into this field. And let's go ahead with the second slide, second learning lesson. Second one shows like the functions like advisory, M&A, buy and sell sides. Then comes like interactive M&A sorter. So like here I am sorting that which one should be which. It's like we have also included some kind of interactive quizzes in between the lessons so that person can properly understand and properly learn. Oh my, see, by luck, I am not very familiar with investment, but by luck, I got all of these correct. Whereas a user will be trying to find out different things. And as we can see that I have intentionally kept it wrong. So it shows us that why it is wrong and like what should we do to make it correct. And here are some tips that like that's always going to help you out. So moving on to the next slide, it shows about the capital markets and each thing like company needs dollar money, bank sets price, bank sells shares. We can explore more about each and every topics over here, like whatever we need more info about. And at the same time, we can also write on notes to like remember stuff that we wanna that we are learning and all. And here comes another quiz, and this is again like a reordering and drag and drop thing. And as you can see, all of the numbers are changing accordingly. So let's just reveal, okay, I guess I need more practice over here. And as you can see, why it is wrong and what should be the correct sequence is already shown because this is a learning session. And this here is the complete IPS sequence. And now moving on to the who works in investment banking. So there are different kind of roles with how much years and how much experience it takes to get onto that role. And we can also like click on these to know more about them. Like, okay, what is an associate? Associate is a mid-level banker who reviews and refines models, writes memos, and bridges the gap between analysts and VPs. And moving on to the next lesson. So who does what? Like it's just checking out what we just learned. So let me just put in some answers. And one of them is wrong. So like let's move on to the next one. And here's how exactly a deal gets done. So first pitching, due diligence, negotiation, and then herefore comes execution. Moving on to like again uh, example of what we just learned. So again, now here are some of the key takeaways that we got to learn from this whole lesson. And now let's move over to the quiz section. So we can also take the quiz directly from the main page. Here comes the quiz. And you can also see what all things you're gonna learn via our website. And now let's move on to the quiz section. As you can see over here, we are giving like two different types of quizzes. One is normal, one is hard, and the major difference between them is amount of time that we will be getting to answer each and every question. So for a, no a hard level quiz, you will get like 20 seconds, and as you can see, the timer is ticking over here. And for normal lesson, you will be getting 45 seconds for each question, and you will also be getting a hint if in any case you're not remembering it. I personally would recommend you not to use hints and just be thorough with what you have learned so that you can showcase the best side of yourself. And of course, it's wrong. Okay. I hope I can get at least one answer correct. Uh-oh. Okay, so here by luck I got one answer correct, and you could see how the graffitis come over down from the top, and it just makes you feel good about answering it correctly and increases your confidence based on like how much you have learned. So let's just see results. As the result says, keep studying, and this shows which mode quiz I gave and at what particular time I gave. And here comes a very nice optional, like we can also share it on social media. And here comes the learning part, like, okay, so I did it incorrectly, but what is there to be learned from it? And as you know, quiz is nothing if you're not getting anything to learn and anything to check your mistakes from. And we can always try quizzes again. And here, this particular thing was my whole takeaway of the IB Academy website that we built. And so this is IB Academy, a site to teach you the fundamentals of investment banking, advisory, IPOs, deal flows, and team structure. So you are never lost in finance conversations again. Thank you very much.